Science, God, and You, The Ancient Theory of Everything, the book that couldn't be written until now.
Yeah, you had a question.
Where do we start? I mean, how can we possibly turn off the world's influence?
Well, the question is, where do we start? How can we possibly turn off the world's influence? That's a great question. An open mind is the first step. And of course, it takes an open mind to gain any understanding that there is no absolute truth in the world. We pretty much accept what we've been told, even though we've all been told different things. And so this is the second step. Nothing in the world can be proven. And the goal is gaining control of your mind. An open mind can accept ideas like those in Miguel Ruiz's book, The Four Agreements, back in the 90s. One of those agreements is don't make assumptions. And this is important. And for most of us, our lives are made up of thousands of assumptions. First, we assume that our personal beliefs about ourselves and the world are true, even though we must know that everyone's are different. And then we assume that what we think about those around us is true, not realizing that what we think about them has nothing to do with them, and vice versa. That's why you can't make assumptions or take things personally when people say things about you, because it has nothing to do with you. We must let go of these assumptions, and these are part of the constant noise that seems to be coming from our heads. Quieting the noise through meditation, then, is step 3. I would say step 4 comes from that, is automatically from that eventually, when meditation begins to affect us throughout the day, even when we're not meditating. And now we're equipped to begin the process of turning off the ultimate assumption. What's the ultimate assumption? And it's the worst one of all. We assume that what we see in front of us is the hard and fast result of the machinations of a world out of our control. Perceiving the fallacy of this assumption is not easy, but it is revolutionary, and nothing in the world can match it for its rewards. Science is beginning to uncover the fact that the world we perceive is not really out there in some public space, as I said before, waiting for us to act within it. Science has proven matter is affected by our consciousness. The trick is proving it for yourself. Once you prove it, you know it. Just last week, for example, my wife and I were sitting in an airport waiting in the waiting area of one of the gates. And just across from us, right in front of us, was a young couple with a very active, probably 3-year-old girl. The little girl was pushing her limits by running around the seating. And at one point I heard her running up beside me, and just as she got about it, even with me, she tripped and was flung face first straight into the corner of her mother's steel airport chair. I saw her from behind, and I heard that horrible sound of her face stopping her momentum against the steel. I couldn't tell which part of her face bore the brunt as she screamed, but her father scooped her up. Her mother ran for help. It seemed obvious to everyone around that she had to be seriously hurt. But what are assumptions and what is real? My first mental reaction was the assumption that there was going to be a lot of pain and blood. But then I began to come to my senses, and I realized that that's just an assumption. It didn't have to be that way, and I began to focus very purposefully on seeing her as perfect. the reflection of a loving spiritual God. She couldn't be hurt. I held that thought of her being unhurt and perfect, and a perfect child of God, as her father held her close while she was still screaming. After only maybe a minute or two, probably less than 2 minutes, the little girl looked up, and I could see her face. And aside from her tears, I really saw no evidence of what had just happened. No blood, no swelling, no bruises. And just then her mother ran up with a cloth wrapped around ice. She lifted it up to her daughter's face and hesitated. She clearly didn't know where to put it. The young couple were amazed and thankful their trip wasn't going to be ruined after all. So when you gain control of your mind, you become what? Fearless. And you become a positive influence on the world. You have learned there is nothing to fear. And as Jesus said, you speak with authority. So let's say to answer your question, the 4 steps to gaining control of your mind toward peace are: 1, an open mind; 2, seeking and gaining understanding, letting go of the world as absolute truth; meditation, and meditating the world would be 4. Learning to be in the world but not of it. Yes, this is counterintuitive. It's as counterintuitive as it gets by the world's definition. But it's completely intuitive in spirit. And spirit is your natural state.